All right. Okay, so as I was saying, I was talking about what this workshop is. So we're going to be talking about how to present your work and some generalities about the fair this year, since there are a lot of new things. Now we're gonna introduce ourselves. So there are quite a few SLB members today because we know that we're trying to have a one-on-one experience today. So I'm Jessie. I'm in the 12th grade, so I'm a senior, and my project category is in biochemistry.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm also a senior, and my project category is environmental science and engineering.
Raj is not here yet. Sorry. So Jessica, could you go?
Hello, my name is Jessica. I'm in 10th grade, and my project category is engineering.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellen. I'm in 10th grade and my project category is medical and health sciences.
Hi, my name is Eleanor. I'm a sophomore and I competed in microbiology.
Hello, I'm Kavya. I'm also in 10th grade and my project category is medicine and health science.
Hi everyone, I'm Sanjana. I'm a senior and my project category is environmental sciences and management.
Hi, my name is Cara. I'm a 10th grader and my category is medicine and health sciences.
Sorry, Andrew, you're next.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Andrew. I'm an 11th grader and my project category is medical science.
Hi, my name is Lynn. I'm a senior and my project category is medicine and health sciences.
Hi, my name is Anjana. I'm a junior and my category is behavioral and social sciences.
Hi, my name is Ainsley. I'm a 10th grader and my project category is behavioral and social sciences.
Hi everyone, my name is Augustia. I'm a freshman in Scripps Ranch High. My project category this year is math, but I did behavioral and social sciences and engineering in previous years.
Hi, I'm Adriana. I'm a freshman and my project category is behavioral and social sciences.
All right, awesome, thank you.
I'm Aaron. I'm a 12th grader.
Sorry, Aaron.
Yeah, sorry. And then my project category is animal sciences.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, everybody. So those are the members who will be manning the breakout rooms today. And so I'll be trying to assign everybody by generally, like if you're in the physical sciences or you're in the life sciences, because these are all closely connected. So SLB members in these categories will be able to give you some great advice about how to do well with your certain projects, okay? So today on the agenda, we're going to be going over, like we were saying, the judging slides. We're going to give some recommendations on how to make good slides, examples of good slides and bad slides, as well as some tips for presenting to judges. We're also going to do the breakout rooms right after. And so just a heads up, if you have any questions, you can save them for the breakout rooms or you can put them in chat. And like I put here, because I knew I was going to forget, please stay until after your breakout room so we can give you a survey link, okay? All right, awesome.
Hi everyone, so I'll be going over the judging slides next. So as some of you may know, in a typical year, students make trifold backboards and present them to judges in Balboa Park, but this year, because of COVID, we'll be presenting a set of judging slides on our virtual fair website at gsdscf.thefairs.com. What will happen is a pair of judges will be judging each student in short interviews where a student presents the slides, so rest assured that you will still have time to talk, interact, and get feedback from judges. So here are some of the most important requirements for this year's slides. These are the most strict requirements that we'd like to point out. However, there are a few more subtle rules that we've outlined already in the tutorial video that should have been made available to you. Note that every slide deck has 15 content slides and one title slide with a maximum of 16 slides. You may not go over this limit. That's really important. Any slides uploaded past this limit will not be reviewed, and you risk being ignored for judging until you upload slides within this limit. So please make sure that you meet the requirement. Another thing that you should know is that your slides must include all sections in the template given, like the introduction, materials, procedure, results, and conclusion. Note that you may shift around the number of slides for each section, but remember to keep within the whole slide limit, so 16. In addition, we request that you keep a 4:3 standard ratio, even if you're using Google Slides. And if you don't know how to do that, instructions are on how to format your slides in the video. Lastly, make sure you save your slides as a PDF. You're actually allowed to continue working on these up until Fair Day, but you have to have them uploaded as a PDF onto the website.
Sorry, Eleanor. That was great. Just a correction to that, because of our new website, the Fair Day thing is not correct. Actually, the deadline to upload all of these is on March 3rd. Sorry, I didn't change that. Traditionally, that is true, but not this year. This year, you must upload everything. The site information will be frozen on March 3rd. Sorry for that confusion.
All right, so next we have some tips for the slides. All these are not mandatory, but we recommend these tips to have your judging slides present better and flow better. So starting off, you should try to use fonts at least 14 point and above, especially that since we're in this slide format, it'll be harder if you have very small font and then the judge is trying to read what you're trying to say. And then second off, going off of that, you should never try to read off their slides. Rather, you should be able to give your speech with just a graph or diagram and a couple of bullet points. If you're reading off of a paragraph that you put directly on your slides, it's more of like the judge can just follow along with what you're saying instead of you actually understanding and showing that you know what you're talking about. And then if you're having trouble with that, you can also write your speech in the speaker notes for just additional notes to help guide yourself throughout your presentation. And then you can use them during your presentation. And then to summarize better, you can also title your slides and graphs in sentence case, stating exactly what you're showing. So for example, if you have some sort of graph presented, you can show what the graph is showing in the title so that the judge knows what you're talking about in general. And then remember that the pictures tell more than words, so it's much easier to digest many more pictures during a 10-minute presentation versus just large blocks of paragraphs. Presentations are opportunities to use both visual and oral methods of communication, so remember to use your slides wisely. All right, so next, this is an example of a bad slide that's just harder to present for judging. As you can see, it's difficult to present for a few reasons. So if you start off, you can see that there's many different fonts. There's like 3 different fonts used and different font sizes, and they're actually not that legible, like there's cursive in it and things like that. So it's important to try to keep one font and one font size to keep it legible properly. And then judges won't want to read this during your presentation because it's just like they're reading your project notebook or something like that. They don't want you to read off a paragraph. They want you to know what you're talking about again. And so it's important to keep bullet points. And then in addition, the pictures are also very small. And then a big factor that's not good is that your graph isn't labeled, so the judge won't know what your graph is actually presenting. Next, this is an example of a better slide, and the graph you can see in this one is much larger and it's labeled, so you can see that what is the graph actually talking about. So we know what each bar represents, and then we can also see the main conclusion by just reading the title. Sentence case title that helps to state the main conclusion of the graph are often useful in presentations because you can get the main point of the graph quickly. In addition, it's also accompanied by a brief bullet point in a readable font and size, and it helps make a more general statement that you can infer from the data.
Okay, so next I'll be going over the Fair Week setup this year. So if you haven't already, make sure you set up your ZFairs account as soon as possible. As Jesse was talking about a little bit earlier, everyone should have received an email, and from there you can go to the correct link and make your student account. On your student account, you will be able to upload your judging slides, your project notebook, and an optional 2-minute video of it for demonstration. All of these things will be made available for the judges after you upload them. So it's important to get them done on time. Remember that deadline is March 3rd. Be sure to monitor your ZFairs account often leading up to the fair so you know when your interview times are on the days March 15th and 16th. As soon as you get your interview schedule, make sure you tell your parents and teachers, as you may want to take the school day off depending on your interview schedule. So the schedule for Fair Week this week is this year is a little bit different than normal years. So category project judging will be held on the morning of March 15th. You will be booked by appointment for 15-minute time slots with a pair of judges, and you will have around 2 to 3 judging sessions, so about 4 to 6 judges. Should you be picked as a student for Grand Awards judging, you'll receive a notification after the morning session that you are also booked for the afternoon judging session. The next day, March 16th, is for professional society judging, which varies for each project. Societies from around San Diego will have access to browse around the projects before the fair, and then they will book you for meetings in advance if they're interested in talking to you. Please do note that not every student will get professional society judging, as these are largely category specific. Lastly, on Thursday, March 18th, the award ceremony will be held at 6 p.m., which will be live streamed on YouTube. Do know that judging appointments will be made up to 2 weeks before. However, Grand Awards judging interviews are booked right after. So make sure you are constantly monitoring your ZFairs account after judging and in the weeks prior.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit more about judging. So during judging interviews, please make sure to dress in business casual clothing. So for example, a nice shirt with or without a blazer, a blouse, or a school uniform if you have one. And then also log on to the ZFairs website well in advance and go to your appointment portal at least 5 minutes before in case you have some technical difficulties. And then you'll be pulled into a waiting room until the judges are ready for you, and then they'll start your interview. And make sure to monitor your email throughout the day because you may be requested for judging interviews in the afternoon sessions, and those are not going to be scheduled in advance. So presenting to judges. So every judging interview is about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's composed of you presenting your slides and also receiving questions from your judges during or after your presentation. And then now that they've already had a chance to see your slides and glance over your notebook and read your abstract, so you're going to want to highlight just the most important parts of your project. And then make sure to practice because it's the only way to nail a presentation within the time limit. So don't spend too long on the background and procedure unless it's a unique part of your project, and instead put that time towards focusing on your results and what you found, because that's what makes your project important. And in addition, when presenting the abstract slide, prepare a 20-second summary to say, instead of just reading the entire paragraph, since judges don't want to watch you just read off of your slides. So some popular judging questions. So it's good to ask yourself these beforehand so that you can prepare for the interview. So judges love asking why. They want to know why you chose your particular procedure to test a problem, or why you predicted something would happen in your hypothesis. And they also like getting a feel for how much background research you did. So they might ask things like, why did you choose this project? And if you know of any other experiments related to your project in that field. At the end of your presentation, judges almost always like to ask you what you plan to do next, or how you would improve or continue this work, and how it's important as a real-world application beyond the fair. It's important to rehearse your presentation and think about what project-specific questions judges might want to ask you. But do remember that judges aren't there to trip you up. They're genuinely curious to know about the work that you've done. And oftentimes, over the course of the interview, they can offer really helpful advice on ways to do your experiment differently, or they can show your analysis in a new light that you might not have thought of.
All right, so thank you very much, SLB members who have presented the details of judging this year. So that's the end of our short presentation on just like the details. Please note that this recording will be made available on our YouTube, and also this slideshow will be made available on our website, okay? So next we're going to